2011, we had the start of Google Penguin and Panda updates, which basically no longer allowed brands to manipulate search engines to influence rankings. So, off-site content and, becoming more engaged with blogs became a huge ranking factor for brands. And then we had, most recently in September, actually a new algorithm come into place called Google Hummingbird, which focuses on the actual intent behind search queries rather than presenting results that match the exact words that you're typing into Google. So this is based on knowledge graphs and your past search history to look at what the consumer is actually really trying to find. So now we have the new media, which is bloggers. And it's a new way of reaching customers. So people go to their sites to find out what they're doing, where they're going, what they're eating, what they're wearing. So it's a new way of reaching your customers. And they're influential. So, you can see that some of the comments people are asking, where did you make this recipe? Where can I buy that jumper? I love that cardigan, things like that. So, people are actually really engaging with these social posts. So to the point where it's a new revenue stream for brands. You have people booking hotels and buying jumpers straight from these posts, all because they've seen someone that they follow wearing it, eating it, traveling in that place, and they just trust their opinions because they're genuine. What's the one thing that you probably wouldn't do as a United fan is sit in a crowd of Chelsea fans. You look out of place. It's just wrong. So, and I'm a United fan myself, so I'm very partial. But a lot of brands contact the wrong bloggers because they think about quantity over quality. And Google doesn't like that, but it's also, it doesn't look right to the blogger. So here's an example. So we have a food blogger, and we have dogvacay.com, which is pretty much the Airbnb of dogs. So if you're going away, you go onto Dog Vacay, you find like a great home for your dog. It's very sweet. And so Dog Vacay approached this food blogger, and they said, can you make us a dog treat recipe from one of our lists? And also, can you share this post? So this is a blogger who has never mentioned anything about dogs or taking care of a dog or owning a dog. And this was the result. So she's not a dog owner. She has no experience of taking care of dogs whatsoever. She's actually focused on human taste buds. And she's actually mentioned in her site that she's a cat person. So, yeah. So I think that this is, first of all, it's really clear that the brand hasn't done their research. The number one thing that I would recommend if you want to partner with a blogger is look at their about page because it usually states what they do and they don't like. And it looks silly to the brand. And like I said, if this was on, if their brand rather was mentioned on her site, it would just look completely out of place. Okay, so number 3. Being boring.
Yeah, so another mistake that a lot of brands can make is contacting bloggers but not really making an impact, so being boring. As you can see, I've received many emails in my time, but a lot of things that I get are things like press releases for everything, not just for runway shows and things you would think of related to fashion, things like celebrity hairdresser and things like that. And you need to know what a blog's about. I'm like a street style and fashion blog, not necessarily someone that would post about press releases. So by doing that, not only are you not getting my attention, but you're also alienating me to maybe not want to work with you if all you're sending are press releases that not only don't stick out, but they are just very automated, that are great for magazines, but not necessarily bloggers. Another thing that a lot of brands have done that I think has had a big impact, but not necessarily in the best ways, on mass partnerships. Now, Boohoo did a thing called #Dressmas, and it was around Christmas time where they sent loads of dresses out to bloggers, just say, use the #Dressmas to get a bit of a social buzz. But they did this with around 200 to 300 bloggers, maybe even more. And by doing that, yes, you feel like it's creating a massive social buzz, everyone's talking about it, but it becomes repetitive. And it doesn't make it unique anymore. What could have been something that you could have sent to 10 bloggers, 10 really influential bloggers that had to style it maybe very differently, it's just 300 bloggers that, they all have very similar readers as well. So you end up getting people that are going to just scroll past the post going, I've seen this on another blogger that I read, it's Dressmas, I've seen this 100 times. It doesn't have the impact you'd think it would because it's, it's not quality, it's quantity, and that doesn't always work.